Fighting games is a very hard genre to get into because you're having to learn terminology, mechanics of the game, characters, playing styles, frames, and the list goes on. And while you're learning, there's a lot of bad habits and mistakes that goes around as we try to get better at the game. Don't worry, we'll talk about those mistakes and fix them. Welcome to my top 8 common mistakes made by beginners in Mortal Kombat 11. What is going on, guys? My name is Mortal Games and welcome to the next episode of my beginner tip series. Today I want to talk about the top 8 common mistakes new players make. These are based on things I commonly see new players doing, which ultimately affects their gameplay. But before going any further, if you guys are looking for more beginner tip videos like these, then check out the series in the description down below. This is the 4th episode in the series. If you guys end up enjoying this video, be sure to not forget and give this video a like. That way it lets me know you guys want to see more videos like these. With that being said, let us get started. First on the list at number 8 is button mashing. As a beginner, button mashing is something that we can't avoid when getting a brand new game. I mean, we all do it because it's better than standing there and taking hits. But you shouldn't keep on doing it if you want to improve in the long run, because button mashing creates many bad habits. One example would be not properly learning the timing of your buttons. Get the habit of only pushing buttons that you want. If you want a special move to come out, or a basic attack combo, make sure you press it once. Don't mash it. There's a lot of situations that you'll need to visually confirm those combo strings to come out. It'll be much easier if you're not in the bad habit that you have to break as well. Another issue caused from button mashing is that there's no strategy involved. No neutral or footsie game, which is important in a game like Mortal Kombat 11. Mashing randomly fails to consider which attack has good reach. For example, you might throw a short punch instead of using this attack that is a better footsie tool with more damage and range. I would recommend beginners to take a little time getting to know your attacks and special moves, and know why you're exactly using those attacks. Learn the range, the recovery, and which attacks put you safe and unsafe. You know, the fundamentals. In fighting games, pressing any button is a risk. That is why you want to develop those skills right away so you can steadily improve. Next on the list at number 7 is jumping way too much. Jumping too much is a really bad idea in Mortal Kombat because there's many ways for your opponent to punish it, such as using uppercuts and anti-airs. Most opponents know how to punish this because jumping is a predictable movement that locks you in a preset arc, limits your offensive options, and eliminates your defensive ones. Don't get me wrong, jumping can be a good tool to use, especially when trying to avoid projectiles, trying to mix your opponent up, or simply because it's the quickest way to get from point A to point B, which is all the reason to jump, but it's a high risk, high reward scenario. Of course, we all need to jump once in a while, but new players make the mistake to always jump in every scenario, leaving them predictable for punish combo. So with that being said, make sure you have a valid reason to jump and make sure you're safe while doing it. Next on the list at number 6 is not carefully managing your meter. Mortal Kombat 11 offers a lot of new tools when fighting against an opponent. Although the meter system has changed from the previous Mortal Kombat, this meter system gives you a clear structure for what your meter bar can be used for. The horizontal bar is the offensive meter that allows you to extend your combos. Then we have the vertical bar that allows you to make defensive plays, like get up rolls, and air escapes, and get up attacks, which also cost you 1 meter of each. But if you wanted to improve as a fighting game player, managing your meter is crucial. Of course, some character requires you to use more meter, but by managing your meter effectively, you will have more of your abilities available to use more often. But be aware not to use all your resources right away. It's a common mistake among beginners to use everything way too soon, because if you get caught in the corner, now you have no way to escape. Meter management is a very important skill to have because even if you have less health than your opponent, your meter bar will greatly help you gain the upper hand when used effectively. Next on the list at number 5 is learning multiple characters in a short period of time. Learning multiple characters is one of the best ways to expand your knowledge and mechanics of the game. Plus, it's very fun exploring new characters. However, when you're starting to play a new fighting game, I think it could be very hard to do that. This is because aside from learning that character, there is also learning the mechanics of the game. Jumping to multiple characters can make you lose focus on what really matters first, and that is learning the fundamentals. As you're learning Mortal Kombat 11, I recommend learning 1 or 2 characters at the start of the first couple of weeks, so that you can learn the ins and out of the game first, and then you can begin learning that other character. Next on the list at number 4 is following top tier list. Another misconception that happens in fighting games is picking mains based on tier list. Tier list is a very tricky thing to follow in fighting games because it does not apply to everybody. If you're picking mains based on a tier list, you're probably taking Mortal Kombat 11 seriously to pick a character that could offer the tools to help you succeed. Although this is the right direction, this can be a wrong way to improve and grow as a fighting game player. Tier lists only make sense when players are at their peak performance. The only time that tier lists are remotely relevant is at a high level play like pro tournaments. It's true that a player might find it easier to win with a high tier character, because most cases they do offer better tools and potential, but again, that is entirely dependent on the person using them, because of the player's preferred playstyle, game knowledge, and experience. This year, we got to see characters that were not considered top tier in pro tournaments, such as Kung Lao, Kotal Kahn, Frost, and Johnny Cage. I do want to mention, although Johnny Cage has a lot of issues with hitboxes and lacks of tools, Combat Killer beat Sonic Fox at an online tournament, proving once again it's the player behind the character that matters. Next on the list at number 3 is learning combos only in practice mode. Another big misconception in fighting games is that learning combos in practice mode is all you need to be ready to fight against an opponent online. Although practicing combo does help you improve, it's not the only thing you need to learn. Combos can only get you so far. Yes, learning combos is crucial to winning online matches, but if you don't know how to apply it, then you're just putting yourself in a difficult situation. It is also very important to know if that combo that you practice is practical to land multiple times. Beginners make the mistake to practice only with the AI just standing, which is fine to do, but just be aware that you'll come across many situations that you won't be familiar with. The best way to help you prepare is to learn scenarios that you will see online. Get to know your character's basic mid-screen combos, low or overhead combos, your pressure strings against a blocked opponent, zoning, pokes, corner combos, wake up combos, parry combos, and other situations. Just because you can pull off a combo in practice mode does not mean you can pull them off anywhere else, especially online. As situation changes, online, you have to constantly evaluate the situation, adjust and adapt if you're not able to perform the combo that you want. Sometimes it's better doing easy and simple but effective combos than complex and harder to pull off combos. Next on the list at number 2 is not using training mode to its full potential. Going to training mode is something all players must do. It's the only real way to improve. However, you must use training mode effectively and use all the resources it's giving you, because doing it the right way will help you progress much further and faster. For example, take a little time and learn about your character's frame data. Learn which attacks put you safe and unsafe, which attack is best used to punish with, and which attacks are the best footsie tool. If you're having trouble learning frame data, I would try out Frame Advantage tutorial to give you an idea on how it all works. Then apply it in training mode. The gist about frame data is any attacks that is closer to one frame is most likely a good attack to use since it's faster to activate, which is what you'll need to punish your opponent with. But just know the faster the startup, the less damage it does, and the longer the startup, it will do more damage. So it's very important to find a good balance between both. When you pick a character, be sure to take a look at the startup frames, recovery, and block advantage. Now, learning a character frame data is not the only thing you must look into, but also learn about character matchups. Play against a character you struggle with and find ways to counter them or tools that gives you an advantage. By using all the resources that practice mode is giving you, you'll notice how much prepared you'll be at the end. Before we get into our number 1 mistake beginner makes, I do want to mention some other important things to watch out for that could affect your gameplay. Playing too aggressive. Playing too aggressive might sound like a good idea because just like a rushdown playstyle, you do want to try to force your opponent to make a mistake. But this can easily backfire on you. You might be making yourself predictable, which then leaves you getting punished. Not using your defensive tools. It is important to remember that you have ways to defend yourself. If you're stuck at the corner, remember you have get up roll to get out of there. If you get caught in your opponent's combos, remember you have air escape to break it. I am guilty myself to forget some of these options, especially not rolling out at the corner when I get stuck. Frustrated. Being emotional and being frustrated is one thing you can't afford to do in fighting games. It will cause you to make plays you normally won't do. Also, not being able to assess the situation, strategize, and adapt. Remaining calm under pressure can be a huge advantage. And finally, next on the list at number 1 is new players giving up. Just like how I said in the beginning of this video, fighting games is a very hard genre to get into because it takes time, practice, and commitment to improve. I've seen new players giving up when something does not go their way. For example, not being able to execute a combo, can't deal with a specific matchup, can't deal with zoning or land any combos online. After many losses, they just give up. You need to have tough skin when playing fighting games because losing over and over again is part of the learning process. Fighting games is a lot like playing chess. Figure out what your opponent might do and adapt. The best way to play is to take baby steps. Learn the fundamentals, and from there, learn a combo, and then try to perform it in towers or online. If you fail, keep on trying. Keep on doing that and you'll notice you'll steadily improve. If you're playing fighting games to win, fighting games might be not for you. In every fighting game there's a winner and a loser, and your chances are slim as a beginner to be winning more than losing. Each match is a learning experience that will make you a stronger player. If you get frustrated in losing easily, then you might consider funneling that energy into practice mode and use it as a fuel when you're trying to grind out for combos or looking for nuke tech. It's a good idea to reflect on your loss and then use practice mode to improve. The most important thing is to have fun playing fighting games. We play fighting games for the joy of the competition and not just for winning. And there you guys go. This concludes this episode of my beginner tips series. If you guys enjoyed this video, please take a moment and like this video. YouTube has been terrible with Mortal Kombat 11 videos lately, and by giving a like, not only it will tell me to keep on making more of these general tip videos, but it helps push this video out for more people to see. If you're looking for more of these type of videos, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you guys know when my videos go live. Sometimes just by subscribing, YouTube still won't even show some of my videos. So hitting the bell is the best way to let you know when I upload it immediately. Anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.